Good afternoon, Year 8. Today we are going to be making scones. We're not going to be making fruit scones, but we're going to be making cheese scones. So they, oh sorry, I get a bit tongue-tied here. Cheese scones, right? They are savoury, so you can put anything you want in them really, but today we are going to be using cheese and we are going to be using mustard, okay? So I've got my recipe sheet like everybody will have when you're cooking in class, just in case you forget what you have to do, because you should be watching this video at least twice, okay? Right, so firstly, I've got all of my ingredients prepared here. So I've got my flour, my butter, cheese, egg, mustard, and my milk. And my baking tray is over here. Okay, baking tray is over here. First thing I will do is turn on my oven, because I want to preheat my oven. So I'm going to put that on a gas mark 6, and otherwise it will be 180 degrees on the electric one. With these cookers, you just let it run for a little while longer. Just make sure that the flame is on underneath. Just open it up and just double check it, okay? That's all good to go. Right, in a large bowl, if you read your instructions, it will tell you what kind of size of the bowl that you need to use, okay? So here it's asking me to tie my hair back, put an apron on, and I'm ready to go, okay? So the first thing I need to do is I need to put my flour, okay, into a large bowl. Where does this go as soon as I finish with it?
Sink.
Excellent. So I'm going to put that straight in my sink, okay? And the next step for me to do is with my soft butter, I would place it into the flour, right? Goes into the sink straight away. Because I want to have a tidy work environment. This goes towards my health and safety, making sure I've got clean work surfaces at all times, okay? So, I'm also going to be putting 50 grams of sugar in it. You don't have to put sugar in savoury scones, but sometimes I like to, but put half of it in. Instead of 50 grams, if you're going to make a sweet one with the raisins, we are just going to use half of this for the savoury one, okay? There we go. That's all I need in there. Right, okay. Now we are going to be doing the rubbing in method. So with you have both your hands in here, okay? You're not going to be holding the bowl at any point. So you are breaking the butter up with your fingers like this. Okay, Mix is just going to zoom in so you can see it properly. Here we go. We're just breaking up the butter, the particles of the butter, okay? So we're breaking it so then this will resemble fine breadcrumbs, all right? Going from the bottom, lifting it up, pushing our thumb towards our fingers here, and we're just making it into breadcrumbs, okay? Go. Just want to rub that all in first, okay? Okay, nearly done. This is called the rubbing in method, okay? So we're breaking those large chunks of the butter up, all right? Excellent. So just take all the ingredients off your fingers. You could use margarine if you wanted to because it's a softer butter, but I always prefer to use pure butter. If you leave it out overnight, it will get nice and soft and easy for you to use, all right? Okay, now that's done. I'm going to put that to the side over here. I will put my 100 grams of cheese on top, okay? So as soon as I'm finished with my ingredients, I'm going to place them straight into the bowl. Now this goes straight into the sink. Okay, placing that on the side here. Now here is a measured amount of 75 millilitres of milk, okay? So that's how much you're going to have to bring into school. You don't have to, as you can see how much milk there is, you don't have to bring a whole load in. You can clean one bottle out at home and you can put some milk in there, okay? You can measure it at home as well. I'm going to crack my egg. Little tap on the table, put both my thumbs in, and I'm going to just pour that in there. Without making a mess, I'm going to put this straight into this dustbin underneath, okay? This goes straight in the sink. I know I keep on repeating going to the sink all the time, but it's really important to have a clean work area, okay? Now, we are going to put some mustard in here as well, okay, because these are savoury scones. So I'm just going to take a spoon, teaspoon preferably, okay? Take out that mustard. You can use dry mustard if you have that as well, okay? Take that with my fork. Okay, that should be more than enough. Straight into my sink. Now, with my fork, I will whisk my ingredients. Okay. Now, I can add a little bit of salt in here because it says to me in my recipe to add a little bit of salt, but because the butter is already salted, I won't need to do that, okay? Always bear that in mind, what kind of butter you're using, salted or unsalted, all right? Okie dokie, that's done. With the same fork, I'm just going to mix the cheese up, okay? You can use different types of cheese, okay? Anyone know any different types of cheese you could use in this? Yeah? Cheddar, I'll put cheddar in, yeah? Mozzarella, yeah?
Margarita.
That's a pizza, margarita, yeah? No, yeah? Yeah, you can use chili cheese.
Cheddar.
Anyone heard of that, yeah? Anyone heard of chili cheese where there's chili flakes in there, yeah?
Blue.
You could use blue cheese, yeah. If someone likes blue cheese, you could use that as well, okay? So you can use chili cheese, blue cheese, cheddar, red Leicester cheese, any kind of cheese that you want to in these, okay? And you can also add some vegetables and protein in here. If at home you have some chicken slices or cooked chicken that you want to dice really finely and place in here, you can, okay? Or you can put jalapenos in here, okay? You cut them up nice and small, or peppers maybe, okay, yeah? You don't have to use mustard, no, okay? But it gives it a nice flavour. Be creative with what you want to put in here. Using different flavours is really good for your palate to get used to different things, okay? I know sometimes mustard can be really strong, but when you use it in this quantity, it won't taste that strong. Okay, now I'm going to pour this in here. I'm not going to pour the whole thing in, okay? I am going to use small bits at a time because it still might be too much, okay? Best to have less liquid in the beginning than too much. So with my fork, as you can see, I'm just binding it together, okay? Initially. A little bit more, because I can see that it's quite dry, so I'm ready to place some more liquid in there. Okay, now I can see and feel that it's coming together, okay? At this point, I'm just going to take a little bit off there. We might be okay with the liquid, so I'm just going to check. Putting that to the side, using one hand now, okay? Holding the bowl with my other hand, and now I'm just going to bind this into a dough. Exactly how we done this when you were making bread in year 7, okay? This is enough liquid. So as you can see, I've not had to use all of that liquid, okay? Because I don't want to make it soggy. In this case, less is more. If you think you need to add some more, you can add a little bit more, okay? But I would prefer that you have it this consistency, okay? Instead of it sticking on the table when you're trying to cook, okay? So, I'm not sure if the table's clean, so what I'm going to do, just to double check, I'm sure Miss has cleaned it already. I'm sure she has. She's given me a little nod there. But I'm going to do it now anyway, because I've got it in my hands. Just going to wipe that down. Okay? Take a little bit of tissue, because it's a little bit wet at the moment on the surface, and just make that dry, because we are going to be making our scones on the surface. Taking some flour, which is in the middle of every workstation. We are dusting our surface lightly with our fingers, pushing it all out. Okay? Keeping everything tidy, no chaos, just nice and easy, okay? Now, with my dough, got it into a nice ball here. I'm going to push it down with my fingers and my palm, okay? Using my fingers and palm. I don't want to dent it like this, so one side's thick and one side's thin. I want to use, even if you want to use your fingers or you use your palm, choose which one you want to use, okay? If I'm using my palm, it's going to be like this. If I'm using my fingers, it's going to be like this. Okay. I'm going to stop there for a moment because I need to grease my tray, okay? We have some oil in the centers over here for you to use. And with your brush, that's going to be in your utensils drawer. A small amount, because we're not frying on here. We are just making sure that our scones don't stick. Okay? More than enough. Put that in there. Close that, straight in the sink. Okay, pushing it down. Now, when you make scones, if you've had scones previously, they're not thin, okay? They're nice and thick. So this should be just the right size. With this pastry cutter here that we have, I'm going to press down from the edges, okay? Because I can get more out of it. Pressing it down all the way around, seeing how many I can get out of it. Taking the excess dough and popping them here. Now picking these up and giving them a little bit of space as well, because it is self-raising flour, okay? We've got enough flour on my surface, so we don't need any more flour, okay? Again, pushing it down. That's about the same. Can you see the consistency that I've done? Yeah? That's how I want you guys to do it. One there. Potentially get one more. And then I've got a small one here. But I can try and put it through here like that and press it down. But I still think that it's going to be a bit too thin. So I'm just going to make this one up myself, okay? Pressing it down. So it's the same consistency as them, just don't have the ridges, okay? Now, sorry, I needed my egg again. I'm going to bring it back. Now, with my egg wash that I've got here and the brush, you take a little bit and you baste it on top. Why do we do that? Does anybody know? Nero? Would you like to tell me? Why would you put this on top? Yeah, Rachel? Yeah. And what does it look like, yes? Beautiful. Golden brown. Because you want your food to look appealing as well, right? When you have to eat it. So you want to just baste it. Nearly there. A little bit on that one, okay? And that is it. So we're going to bake these in the oven for about 15 minutes and then you're ready to eat them, okay? Thank you very much for listening and watching.